Hi there, this is Rich Grof from RG Performance Sales Coaching and Leadership Development. Today I want to talk about celebrating your accomplishments. You know, there's times that we don't build our confidence up enough, and you know, that's important that we do that. It is tough being in the trenches of business and sales, and it's hard to be a leader, and sometimes you feel like you're all alone and you're doing it all yourself. So, you know what? If you're not your best friend, it's not going to work. So we need to know that there are times that we actually miss out on this. I see clients and they do a couple different things, and that's the reason I'm doing this video. Sometimes people are so busy trying to go to the next level that they never take time to acknowledge the you know, what they've done so far. They never take time to give themselves the high five and say, wow, you did a great job. And because of that, what we do is we miss an opportunity to build our self-esteem. It's really critical that you as a business person and salesperson, that you turn around and really take care of your self-image. And it's important to know what you're good at. And it's important not to fluff it, of course, but most of us don't. Most of us just don't acknowledge the hard work and the things that we're really good at. And so if you have a moment where you have a success that you've created, maybe it's just a client that you never used to be able to get, a certain style of client that you just weren't able to get, or a certain price tag of client that you weren't able to get, or a situation that you overcame in a production issue, or something of that nature that at one time was impossible and today is possible, you've got to know that's an accomplishment. You need to take a brief time where you sit there and you go, wow, I did that. That is something to put on your list of accomplishments. It's a list that you can have as raw material for those moments when you don't feel like, you know, you're doing too well. When you're having one of those pity parties and you're really getting really into it and you're really enjoying it, you got to know that you got to have something that's going to drag you out of your pity party, because we can't always be in a pity party for too long. I don't encourage people to stay there forever, but you know, if you have a down moment and emotions are showing up, process those emotions, let them come out, don't fight it, just relax and take it. And then after you're done, you know, get back up on your chair and say, okay, I'm ready now, and come back up and bounce up. But you will bounce better if you know exactly how well you've been doing. You know, if you've had 10 great achievements this year where you've gotten past clients that you never would have gotten before, and you've overcome some issues that you've been struggling with for a while, and things are starting to fall into place for you, and you've, you know, taken an impossible moment and you've actually risen to the challenge, and your leadership's changing. And if you've done all those kinds of things in the last year and you haven't taken time to celebrate them, I encourage you to do those kinds of things now. Why? Well, you know what? It's really just nice to know you're moving forward. And I think, you know, there's enough negative stuff going on in the world that can keep us, you know, pushed under, that we can never get on top of. And if we just have a little bit of time where we just say, wow, I did good on that day, or I feel I did good, it really builds us up. And it's really important going forward. You know, we are the masters of our own destiny, and it's our job to take care of ourselves. If we don't take care of ourselves and we don't manage the tool in the business, being ourselves and our skill and ability, chances are what's going to happen is we're going to fall short somewhere. We're going to get to the place where we're beaten down, we're, you know, not working really well. If you think about owning a very expensive piece of machinery, maybe in your business that's $100,000, maybe it's $1 million. I don't know. But if you've got a very expensive machine and you have to take care of it, you know, wouldn't you do the recommended servicing that the manufacturer requested? Wouldn't you, you know, use top-notch parts for that particular machine? Wouldn't you inspect it daily? Wouldn't you make sure that it's an optimum premium performance every single day? Absolutely. We would make sure that we're taking care of it. We wouldn't turn around and create all these environments where things aren't good. We would turn around and take care of that like it was really important. However, when it comes to us as a human being the human factor of our business, we don't do that sometimes. We work all-nighters. Sometimes we'll turn around and we won't eat properly. I have a ton of entrepreneurs that I work with when it comes to self-management, and the first thing I'll say to them is, in your calendar, open it up and tell me when you're eating. And they'll look at me like my head just spun around 360 degrees, because they don't even consider eating important. And that's normal. You think about it. Have you ever missed a meal? Have you ever not had proper water when you've been out in, maybe in your car, or doing whatever you're doing? Are you drinking more coffee than you need to? Are you considering your health? Are you thinking about sleep at night in a proper manner? Or do you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning worrying about business? All of those things are what I'm talking about when it comes to the way that we manage ourselves. So you got to know that this whole concept of really patting yourself on the back is not a bad thing. You're not likely to get a swollen head. There's a balancing act as mature adults that we do for ourselves, but there's an imbalance right now, because if you're not taking care of your emotional well-being, in the sense of what you're doing well, what you're, improving in, and having a very clear idea of what you're now doing better than you did before, chances are you're not going to get to the next level. So I always encourage my clients to do this. When they accomplish something great, we take a brief moment and we do a high five. Sometimes it's, it's a big win, and if that's that client, I think of one particular client of mine who ended up getting a very, very, very large contract, and it was way outside of the realm of what she thought was possible until she did it. And I said, so how are you going to reward yourself? And within a second, she said to me, I'm going to go out and get some brand new office furniture. And that was what the thing that she needed to do. And it was a couple specific pieces, so it was very affordable, and it was something that was the thing that she couldn't afford in her mind to justify, because the money was allocated in other places. But when she got that contract, it was like her saying to herself, congratulations, you have done well and you have arrived. So every single time that she looks at these particular chairs that she bought, for clients, these client chairs, she sees an image of success. And that's the thing that she got out of this. So it's the feeling of success is what she got out of that little purchase. She didn't, frivolously spend it on something that way, but it's really about the feeling that you get from patting yourself on the back in such a way, or sharing that success with somebody else, a high five. Myself personally, I have a number of coaches that I like to be in contact with, and business leaders, and every time that I go after something and I achieve something that I believe is in that realm of doing well, I'll turn around and share that with my family. I'll share it with my best buddies, and it's a high five. It's a high five time, and woohoo, yay! And we get excited about it because it just makes us all feel like we're moving forward. And sometimes it's like a small accomplishment, sometimes it's a huge one, but you got to do the little ones so you can get to the big ones. Because the big accomplishments in our life are not usually something that happen overnight. They're usually a series of small accomplishments along the way. Now, you might say to yourself, well, Rich, if I turn around and I start celebrating my accomplishments really well, I might just get stuck there and happy there. And I take a look at that from the perspective of coaching, and I say, well, look, it's a plateau. If you get to a plateau and you like it there, you may decide to stay there for a while, but chances are what's going to happen is it's like climbing up a mountain. You get to the plateau and it's like, yay, we got to the plateau, success, woo! And then when you get to that plateau, you're at the top and you have the party and you're relaxing, you're feasting, and you're just relaxing, taking it all in that plateau. And at some point you're going to get quiet time, and you're sooner or later you're going to just take a look around, and all of a sudden you'll see another part of the mountain there that needs to be climbed, and you'll start to get that passion again to go back to climbing the mountain. It happens most of the time. Now, if you get stuck on a plateau, it can happen, but it's not usually the thing that happens. If it does, there's ways to get off the plateau, of course, as you know. It's always good to know where you're going next, but at the same token, take a little bit of time, recharge, refuel, react, just kind of enjoy the view while you're there, and then go to the next level. Every moment of our lives can go past so quickly that the thing that we miss sometimes is just enjoying the journey, and we just keep focusing in on the next thing and the next thing. There's something really important about just being satisfied, enjoying what you've got today, and celebrating the wins. So along your path to success, remember to stop and smell the roses. They're along the way for you to enjoy. If you miss them along the way, it's hard to go back. So just enjoy them while you're there and enjoy your success. This is Rich Grof from RG Performance Sales Coaching and Leadership Development, wishing you great success in the upcoming 12 months.